When you're always at odds with yourself, you're always perpetuating some form of conflict, some sort of turmoil, some sort of irregular, you know, resolution. By that I mean it's not resolving properly. I did a video a while back on irregular resolutions, meaning that the resolution that you observe is not conducive to what the ego wishes to see. That's not what I'm referring to here, because the divine plan doesn't work in accordance with the egocentric, nefarious contrivances. That's not this. What I'm saying as far as irregular resolutions, I mean that things are being resolved in a very fractured manner, in a very broken state of disrepair, irreparable damage, because you're carrying this persistent sense of conflict, because you're living, or should I say, you're existing in conflict with nature, with yourself. You're always at odds with yourself. You never resolve things properly. They resolve themselves irregularly, meaning that they're not actually resolved. It's just that you're squelching it temporarily. It's like two people fighting, like arguing and saying, okay, wait, truce. Can we take a break and come back in 10 minutes and we'll start over again? You're not resolving anything. You just both agree to say, listen, I'm exhausted. I can't go on. But when I recharge myself, we'll go back to our debate again. That's completely unhealthy. That's essentially what I mean in this context about irregular resolutions. But when you are always at odds with yourself and you're always in a constant state of turmoil, conflict arises, which means you're running contrary to the very nature of your frequency, of your soul. Now, I've said it before that the things they're putting in the food are working in tandem with what they're transmitting with these towers and satellites. But you rise above that because this is an illusion. And when you don't take it serious, then you won't be reincarnated again. That's why you have to keep coming back again and again and again, multiple lives, because you're not catching on to what it really is. It's attempting to teach you consciousness, which is the totality of all things universal that you live in harmony with, which is very, morally irreprehensible as far as the mind is concerned, because you're talking about being okay with the everything of what goes on this planet. And that's, otherworldly. But that's the premise of why you're here. That's why this world is always comprised of the same. If you look at the history of this planet with regards to everything on it, including human beings, it's always about murder and rape and violence and death and killing. It's always been that way here. Look what the animal kingdom does to itself and others. Lions on the plains of the Serengeti, when they hunt their prey, they actually crush the esophagus of the prey and hold it and eat it while it's alive and drink its blood. And multiple lions attack this gazelle or whatever it is, antelope, whatever they go after, and they're eating it alive. You could hear the animal screaming. It's always been that way here. And it will always be that way here. That's just the way it is on this planet. So when you become harmoniously aligned with the totality of all of these life lessons and experiences, that's when you won't be reincarnated anymore, because you're not taking it serious by not tethering your feelings and emotions or any belief system, because you won't have a belief system. You'll be free from it. And you deserve the respite, the reprieve, the break, the breath, the rest from this place. Because this place will wear you out and grind you down if you allow it to, if you're plugged into it and you take it serious. If you take it serious, that's because you made it serious. If you make it serious, you'll take it serious. If you see it as it is, that's why you wonder why these types of surfer people are laid back, because they're tapped into something that you aren't. They're not taking it serious because they know what it is, because surfing is a very spiritual journey. I'm not a surfer. I never have surfed. But I can assess the energy of those individuals on that surfboard in those moments. Not all of them, but the ones who are actually doing it for the spirituality of it. Not commercial surfers for the riding the big waves and wanting to make the big bucks in advertisements. That's not the same thing. I'm not saying that they don't have their own spiritual connection to the board and the water. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that for the people who just do it for the spiritual connection, it's their meditation at the crossroads of the universe. So anyway, that's why when you notice, the less you care about things, the more you get things, because it's non-attachment, it's non-involvement, it's disassociation with an illusion, because you know that you're not an illusion and this is. So therefore, you're not infusing your energies to validate it into becoming something that it never will be, which is reality. And there it is.